Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Warped, the completely unnecessary Star Trek podcast where we provide unasked for audio commentaries to Star Trek The Next Generation episodes. My name is Matt.
Sean.
Who's next?
Well,
Jake?
traditionally it's Jake.
Jake? Where the hell is Jake?
We
lost
didn't wait for
Jake's
Jake.
not here.
We didn't wait for Jake.
Oh,
Hold on.
well, this is a unique situation.
we'll
Let's keep
Back to
going,
one.
guys. Believe.
Aaron.
win.
And I'm Jake.
Oh, there he is.
And May is somewhere. She'll be back.
Uh-huh. I like it when the producer just isn't there when
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe we should make sure Jacob is here before we start.
I just
Good
assumed he
good
was there the
instinct.
whole time. Like it didn't even occur to me that he wouldn't be.
His enveloping
Yeah,
love.
we needed to step out onto the patio for a moment.
Oh, of course.
Oh. Okay.
For things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do so. We're only
Perfect.
doing an episode. That's okay.
An episode.
I kind of want to know why you had to go out on the patio though now.
Matt, duh. They had to
To
pee.
go howl at the moon.
I,
Oh, is it
I
full-
prepared for Warped in the traditional way that we prepare for Warp.
Oh, I know. Oh, okay. Now I got you.
Yeah. Klingon.
You don't do it. You don't do it in the apartment. You go out on the balcony.
Correct.
That's classy.
Yeah.
He likes to share the smell with the world.
So we started the episode. We are here to watch
It's happening right now, guys.
season 1, episode 11, The Big Goodbye.
Oh.
Sean, why don't you go ahead and count us in?
I got 45 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock, and I'll be punching the triangle in 3, 2, 1, punch.
Oh, punch.
So, real quick, before we get too deep into this, just before we started the episode, we were betting on how many Tom Hanks movies Min would be able to name off the top of his head. So let's go around. Sean, Min, did you say 12? Is that a number you are comfortable with?
Sure. It's yeah.
So let's just do
Wait,
an
how
over,
much time
let's
does he
do an
get?
over under then.
How
Min's
much time does
saying
he get?
All
Uh,
episode.
No.
5 minutes. 5
No.
minutes.
I think he gets one minute, right?
One
You'll
minute.
Google. I don't trust you not to
No,
cheat.
I'm not gonna Google. I won't.
You
I
have to do
promise.
it live until you
Okay.
can't think of any more.
Oh, okay, cool.
Min says 12. Who wants to go over 12?
I'm going to go under.
Philippe is
Which
under.
is not what you
Yeah.
asked.
I thought we were brothers.
I'm under. I'm under.
Oh, Sean.
I'm right at 12.
Nice.
Aaron's playing the parlay.
He
She
knows
thinks she's
himself.
she's playing the exacta.
I'll do my best for you, Aaron.
You are.
I'll go 13 then, because I feel like somebody needs to.
Aaron's writing the exacta.
I'll
Jake's
go
going-
$1.
May is going under.
Underest.
I'm gonna give Min. I'm gonna take a leap of faith with you, Min, and I'm gonna go. Above.
Okay. Okay. Big splash.
Wait, hold on. Big splash. Go on.
Turner and Hooch.
Yes.
Apollo 13.
Yes.
Cloud Atlas.
Yes. Deep cut.
Hold on. You're tripping me up here. Okay. What was
He's
the,
running out.
World War II one? That was called Saving Private Ryan.
Yep.
Okay, what else? Tom Hanks. Come on, picture it. Oh my God, what am I at? 4, 5 right now?
You're writing these down, right?
6.
You're at
Six.
6.
6. Okay.
6.
Tom Hanks. Oh my God, don't.
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay, hold on. I got
cheating.
Was he in Tintin?
No.
No.
I'll get. Can I get 3 strikes? I'll get 3 strikes.
Yeah, you can keep going
Okay.
until I get tired of this and decide that you failed or succeeded.
Tom Hanks. Oh, Forrest Gump, of course. Duh.
Yep, that's correct.
Philadelphia.
7.
Yep,
Back on track.
you're up to 8.
8.
Tom Hanks.
He's been able to log on to IMDb.
I have not. I'm Tom Hanks.
I'm trusting you that you're not cheating, man.
I am honor
He
bound.
needs to talk to a volleyball right now for help.
No.
no
This is not fair.
No,
That's a bullshit right there.
Okay, take that
He
away.
needs to go talk to his
Take that
friends
away.
on death row.
Take that.
Not giving you Castaway.
Green Mile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, I'll give you Green Mile.
Okay. Although,
May, smooth.
yeah, May did help with that. That shouldn't count. That shouldn't count. Don't count
If
that.
they don't know.
Oh, my God.
Life is like a box of
Here-
chocolates.
He said that
Did.
one already.
I
You
did.
did.
Um,
Forrest
What?
Gump too.
We're not even good at cheating.
damn it.
You kids, you're gonna be. You have a great song here, you kids. You're gonna play on TV.
That's it. I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, wonders,
8.
man. Wonders.
Headache.
No,
Nine,
he
right?
got
It's
9.
called that thing you do.
He
Yeah.
got to 9.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
You're gonna
That's
give him the Green Mile.
I gave him
No,
green.
no,
Mile.
no. Don't give me that one. It was only.
okay. And you only had 8.
Damn it. That
Oh.
sucked. That was really bad.
Any biggies? People want to name the biggies that he forgot. Sleepless in Seattle is the one. that
Oh.
Yeah. You got mail?
You got mail.
You got
Yeah,
mail.
Bachelor
Flash.
party.
Oh, he said Flash.
Oh, that was
Didn't say
good one.
bachelor party.
League of Their Own.
Yeah,
Big.
He did.
He said
Well,
big.
big.
League of Their Own. That was
Not
The
because
movie?
yeah.
Sully.
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 Sully, there you go.
Watch
Oh,
out.
The
Captain,
Pirates
whatever.
movie, Captain Phillip.
Yeah, Captain
Station
Phillips.
agent? No.
No.
That's like some.
One of those Dan Brown
Oh, the-
movies where he solves a problem.
Yeah, he's in all those. He's in all those angels and demons.
The
movies.
Da Vinci
Can't
Code.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, he was in the one with the bridge to something.
Or just call it. I think there's just called the
Bridge of, he
Spies.
was in Bridge of Spies. Is
Yeah.
Bridge of Spies.
Bridges of Madison.
Yes.
he was in that one where he played a hitman.
Well, I
Yeah.
Road
disappointed
to
myself.
Perdition.
Road to Perdition. Yeah.
Red Edition, yeah.
Did we watch the full episode?
Just started.
We're
Okay,
in
Guys,
so
respect.
we need to do a Tom Hanks podcast.
Philippe,
Hang on.
Philippe, Sean, and May won. They all went under.
Ah,
Well,
Hey,
Sean, give us the credits for this episode.
We're watching season 1, episode 11, The Big Goodbye. Original air date January 9th, 1988. Captain Picard and some of his crew are caught in a deadly trap in the holodeck as a result of a ship-wide scan from an alien race. So, Aaron,
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
this is a holodeck episode. These are
Oh,
usually
yeah.
fun. What do you
They
think
did before.
the rating of this episode is?
7.1.
May?
7.
Anybody else?
Flat
7-2.
8.
7-3.
8. Wow. Damn it.
I would say.
I think it's gonna be like a 5.5, but I'm going. With
I would
8.
say
go one.
7.5.
7-4.
Oh, you fucking
Uh,
7-3.
Not
Who was
bad.
that? Philippe?
Yep.
Bastard.
70.
It's
So-
funny in my memory.
Date around here.
You know what's funny is that in my memory, this episode is in black and white, but
Mm.
it's not. Like
No.
I thought the film. Did they ever do the? I thought
I
when they
think-
did the film noir episodes, they were in black and white. Am I,
I
not
thought they did
No.
one like that. I kind of remember one.
I
like
think the isn't the or maybe it no it even isn't the DS9 one where they go back in time.
Maybe
that
I'm
one, I
just
don't think-
imagining it. I
Oh.
could
One of
have
these
been.
past
Yeah.
episodes, the costume design department was totally like, we have jobs this week, guys. Yeah, let's do this.
We get to dress people up.
They had jobs
Yeah.
last week. Did you
They
see
just
those
went-
outfits?
They just went to some old wardrobe stuff and were like,
Fetch me my box of brooches.
yeah,
And the knickknacks.
yeah.
More knickknacks.
And the patty wax. And give that dog a bone. Sorry,
It's
big
kind of
dog,
funny.
bitch. Give
It's
that.
kind of funny that Picard, like in these early days, he's playing such an uptight version of his character. That it's kind of funny that this is his like this is what he does to this is his video game. Like this is what he does on his in his rec time is
Yeah.
pretend to be a
Yeah.
detective. Like
Yeah,
I
I just
love
it's
Shakespeare.
kind of weird that he has his. I just always felt weird that they have their like Enterprise stuff on, like when they're in this cosplay, because I'm like, it's
But
just, it just feels weird.
what's
to
the
me.
point if you're not dressing up? Right?
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Maybe it's so.
Well, he makes a
He
comment
does-
about how he forgot he should have changed.
Yeah, and he's gonna put the outfit on.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's this episode. I want one of those green lamps.
yeah, those are
Wish
cool.
list.
Wish list.
I always, whenever I see one, I'm always like, I want one of those.
They are very vintage feeling. What about those old phones?
Oh yeah. We had those growing up. I moved into a house that had a lot of like older stuff in it. Those things are heavy.
Yeah.
You could take someone out with an old
Gold
phone.
black ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use
Oh,
them.
yeah, they
Metal.
were heavy as
That's
hell.
like metal.
They're dense.
Yeah. They're
When they
heavy.
started using plastic to build the phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all metal back then. Man, it looks weird with that lipstick on Picard's face there.
Ew.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
into it.
Oh no!
The Joker.
He's just got outed as a
No
vampire.
one's ever been kissed like that. and
Yeah.
That's
And
fake.
plus, it looks completely different than it looked when right after she did it to him. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was a
Yeah.
Wouldn't you
Yeah.
wipe that off?
He doesn't know it's there.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
How could
That
But-
ever happened to you?
but wait, you can just take something out of the freaking holodeck? This is like weird.
like it's real? It gets imprinted on you.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Wait a sec. You mean I have to raise that baby in the I had in the holodeck? No.
Yeah.
That was all holodeck. What happens in the
it's-
holodeck stays.
Yeah.
It is best for all of us if you don't think too hard about the holodeck
Yeah, and it's
and how it
really-
works.
I agree with you, but then there's some episodes where they really try to make you think about the holodeck, and I'm like, dude, why are you even setting up this problem you can't possibly answer?
Look at Riker.
Riker's like,
Riker's
"Aw,
like, yeah. Wipe that lipstick off his mouth, Beverly. You know how I like it.
Yeah.
Beverly grew her hair out a little bit since
Yeah,
she
she
got
looks
the
better
longer
at
wig.
It's better
Yeah.
than
She
the
looks-
last episode.
She looks more like
Sneaked
herself.
off the wedding. That's what I decided. It was in some kind of 80s fun updo.
Hope so.
So Gates Dr. Crusher just got cock blocked by Picard.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. This
Uh-huh.
is like he's never been on a holodeck before because he's like going on and on about how amazing it was.
Yeah, it's like when somebody just watched The Wire like now, and they're just like, yeah, dude, we've been talking about it. Yeah, no, I get. Yeah, that scene is great. Yeah, Stringer Bell, amazing character. You're just like,
Yeah.
You 10 years ago.
So everybody else already knew about the holodeck, and John
Yeah.
Luke is just like new to it. It's all new to John Luke.
why is Wesley in this room? How did he get this invitation?
I don't know. He's just around all the time now. Like,
Oh,
He's
the captain has a
technically-
meeting and he wants all the key personnel. Make
Yeah.
sure Wesley
I mean,
gets the memo.
he's technically a member of the crew now, but there's really
The
no
bridge
reason
crew,
that he
yeah.
would be in like a senior staff meeting. Like, he's an acting ensign. He doesn't really belong in that room.
There he is.
Yeah, the writers don't really understand how these rank things are supposed to work anyway.
I don't think it matters. Like, they just needed Wesley to be on the show. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
how do we come up with a way that he can be in every episode? Well, he'll have to be part of the crew, and so now he's part of the crew. Problem solved.
Yeah, one of the very first podcasts I ever heard was where Will Wheaton was on the Nerdist or one of those podcasts and talking about how he wanted to have more to do on the show or get more money. I think it was, and or I think it was get more money and have more to do on the show. And then like they came back with, "We'll raise your rank," and that was like I guess season 3 or something. As like that was like their like concession they were gonna make.
Their payment.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll raise your fake rank on the show," as
I think
opposed to
it's just he gets to start wearing a normal uniform at some point, which
Yeah.
I think is an upgrade.
yeah. Well, I think so too, but I like that.
don't-
That's what they felt.
When he talks about it now, he
There we
talks
go.
he talks
Now
mostly
look
about
how great Patrick Stewart looks in a 1940s detective outfit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just do it.
They
all
should
the
have
time.
they should have done a whole spin-off just about him playing this character in the holodeck.
What
Yeah.
year
Oh,
was this?
season 2 of Picard.
episode
Put it
shown?
back in that hat, y'all.
Yeah.
That movie's gonna be
Oh,
there.
damn. Data looked sharp.
Yeah,
Wow. Sean, what year was this episode shown in the 80s?
1988. 88. January of 88.
Oh, speaking of which, I was going to tell you what was on TV. I forgot. Do you guys want to know?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a new year.
I have one for last week, which we forgot to do it last week.
Oh my God.
But I can.
Production.
Last week was November 30th, 1987. There was a special on called The Ultimate Stuntman, Dar Robinson. Dar Robinson I had to look him up. Has anybody ever heard that name before? He was a big stuntman in the 80s who died in a stunt. So they were doing like a special about his life on ABC. Monday Night Football was on, Sean. Raiders, Seahawks. Who do you think won that game?
Raiders.
Correct. Want to guess the score?
24-17.
37-14. It was a blowout.
You're getting closer.
We're getting closer.
CBS
Just missed it.
CBS had. Oh look, Sean, it's a hey that guy.
Yeah,
The guy
hey,
who
that
just
guy.
gave-
Yeah, it's that guy.
Mhm. Dude,
That's
they
a
spent
famous-
so much money on this episode.
I mean, they're on the back lot somewhere.
Yeah, but they've
Yeah.
got like the fancy cars from the time. They got this
Oh, that's not even
dude.
They're inside. That's a set.
Mhm.
CBS had Kate and Allie, Frank's Place, and a filmed version of The Secret Garden. You guys know The Secret
Ooh.
Garden.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was that a movie or a TV show?
It was it was a Hallmark Hall of Fame made for TV movie that aired that night.
I think
Fox had something called the Television Academy Hall of Fame, which was some kind of entertainment special.
nice.
And NBC had the Father Dowling Mysteries. Remember the Father Dowling Mysteries? Mr. Cunningham played a priest who solved mysteries. No? No,
Mhm.
Here's
Father
some
Dowling,
stuff.
I remember that show.
Yes.
Tom Bosley from Happy Days
Yes.
played a crime-solving priest.
Crime-solving priest. Yes. Wasn't his partner
And
a
then for this
nun?
episode, yes, he had like an apprentice nun who was his sidekick. It is Watson.
Yep.
Yeah.
January 11th, 1988 is when this episode aired. We had MacGyver and a movie called Evil in Clear River was on ABC. So I looked up Evil in Clear River because, of course, I did. Listen to this plot. A woman in a small Western Canadian town fights the anti-Semitism with which the mayor is infecting the townspeople and their children.
Wow.
So it's a TV movie. It's 1987. It's about anti-Semitism. Randy Quaid plays the evil mayor, the evil anti-Semitic mayor.
Randy Quaid.
Who do you think was the star of the movie? The
Aaron
woman
will be
fighting against anti-Semitic.
Meg Ryan.
Judith Light.
Christine Baranski.
Barbara Streisand.
Those are all no, it wouldn't have been Barbara Streisand, but the rest of those guesses were pretty good. It's Lindsay Wagner, the Bionic Woman. Played
Wow.
the-
That tracks.
NBC aired a movie called Freedom Fighter, which is about Tony Danza playing a soldier in East Germany who falls in love with an East German woman.
Wow.
Tony Danza.
Heavy.
And
Oh, that's
What? Look, those two guys had to get their timing right.
Was his love interest name Angela?
nice.
yeah, that would be funny. Like, who's Der Boss?
Angela.
Who's their boat?
We have
That was all the shows.
They were supposed to be Jewish on that show, right? Don't you think? Was Angela is Judith Light Jewish in real life? You guys think or know? Anybody?
I believe so.
Transparent.
She's lived in New York long enough.
Yeah, she's sort of an honorary Jew, right? I mean, even if she's not, because she's just been a New Yorker for her entire life, but probably
They
not.
had
Her name is
they had a celebrity Passover thing. I don't know. Did anybody see that?
Oh yes, she
Online.
is. I just clicked
Yeah, I
her.
see
And
her.
she
Hell yeah, Crusher.
Yeah.
Crushing
she
it.
does a big piece about the writers of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, what it's really about.
What?
Judith Blight. What?
Yes.
I
On
only
the Passover
I
thing.
didn't really hear what you said. Because I wasn't listening. So I,
You were watching Crusher
Broadway
in the
concert
show.
thing. Was that like a bit she did?
I was fiddling around with the laptop. It was not because
Just
it
a
wasn't
presentation?
interesting.
I guess not.
They did a
See,
thing
this
with
is
Passover
fun, right,
where they
Aaron?
had-
They're all dressed up. They're all dressed up and they're
Yeah.
out.
They're like, "Hey, what's cooking, baby?"
It's a LARP.
Oh, yes,
all
now-
holodeck episodes are LARPs. And this
Data
is
has
a LARP.
affected a good guy sort of voice now.
Yeah.
Oh, like a gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a fun episode. I kind of start watching every once in a while here, so it's gonna be one
Yeah,
of those.
they're all kind of having a hoot. They're all having a real good time in the holodeck.
I love Beverly at this point is really great. Watch her. She sort of checks out the other woman to see how she should
Just it. Yeah, she's Crusher's
Pulls her
killing it on
skirt
this
up a little
episode.
bit.
She also really
She's
sold.
great.
She also really sold when she like her heel twisted. She was
Yeah.
like, I thought that was like real.
Yeah. That's hard to say.
Oh, that guy would be John Goodman in the movie.
You know what? You know why she probably was able to do that so well? She's a dancer. Gates McFadden started as a dancer.
She knows how to
And,
use her body.
Yeah, she does.
For dancing.
Yeah, baby.
For
So
dancing.
in classic
I like how
holodeck
everybody has-
episode, in classic holodeck fashion, the holodeck is malfunctioning,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
This is the first of many holodeck malfunction episodes
Yeah.
because this fucking thing never works the way it's
This
supposed
is what
to.
happens when you abolish money. Nobody really cares about doing a good job.
Quality control goes down.
Yeah, it goes down that. This is what you get in a communist sort of situation.
You shouldn't say things like people are going to think our tens of listeners will become very.
He was
They'll be
being
like,
sarcastic,
"Oh, no,
folks.
irate." I just like how everything bad is communism now. It's like,
And meanwhile, Wesley is like, I know everything there is to know about how the holodeck works.
yeah,
So why don't you let me? Is this a Wesley solves the problem episode?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
it
I'm
up.
gonna
It
have
is.
to add it. Oh, I'm gonna add it to the list. Hold on. Let me
how many are
pull
we
up
at? 3?
Two.
let me find the post-it.
Three.
Jake, play
Two.
the Wesley saves the ship jingle, Jake.
Look it
We
up.
were
Here he comes. Wesley saves the ship.
Yay!
that was pretty good. I
That's good.
actually
Yeah, I
like
that
that.
one.
We were at 2. So with this episode, this is our third. Wesley
Yeah.
saves the ship.
That's
episode.
pretty. 3 out of 11 is a pretty
3 out
high
of 11.
percentage.
Pretty high percentage.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't calculate it right now, but it's pretty high.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
wasn't even
Somewhere
in the
around
last
if you
episode.
Stuff that
That one shouldn't even count.
Mhm.
Yeah.
See, they're LARPing. They're like, how does a person in this time period
What is up
behave?
with that
Like,
guy?
Gates is
I got-
learning how to be a woman.
that creeper in the background is like, hey,
Yeah.
now
Looks
who's
animatronic
that?
almost.
Yeah.
Pretty late.
He looks
like
like
that
he's in
he-
the Hall of Presidents.
For a second, it
Yeah,
looked
right?
like a dummy. Like, it
Yeah,
didn't look like
totally.
an
it
actual-
does look like a dummy.
Oh.
the way he's leaning back there. It's a weird
Oh.
shot.
Mhm.
Okay, he became real there, but before
I just like that you can't make that face anymore. You know, you can't do that squint eye, like kind of lip smile. It's just like,
That's how you do it.
too
I
creepy.
know, but it's like an oldie. How you doing?
Yeah, there
See,
was a
that's
little Jack
funny. She
Nicholson
doesn't
there.
know how to chew gum. Like, this is all really
Just-
charming. She
She
swallowed it.
swallows the
Thought it
gum.
was food.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Gates.
See, this
Well,
is all good.
So she
This is a
swallowed
good
those
episode.
fake
Good
pixels that
episode.
don't do anything. Does it taste like
For
gum?
for a season 1 episode, this is a good, fun episode,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Like,
Mhm.
Yeah. It's got that whole adventure thing.
got a lot of energy. It's got a lot of like goofy. It's fun.
Wesley always knows what to do with the tech. He's always like, "Let me fiddle with this. I know this better than you do."
He's always got some.
Boy in the whole
Mhm.
universe.
So
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
so
he
like.
got a lot of he got a lot of shit. I mean, from the fandom back in the day. Like,
Yeah. People hated it.
he's talked about how people. I mean, he got death threat like letters and shit.
well, I wouldn't do that. I mean,
People do.
Yeah, man, that was too far, man.
yeah, I would just threaten to rape him, not to kill him.
Oh wow,
Jesus.
there we go.
Hey, he's talking
man.
about date rape, not.
All right, you can email Minwin at minwin.
At warped at
at
midway warped.
rapesok.org that he currently is running.
Okay, I'm kidding. It's not okay.
I like Picard trying to smoke.
Yeah, see, this is all charming. This is all really fun.
Yeah.
This is good. I really enjoyed like the last time when they introduced us to Loxana, but this episode kind of made me forget all about that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she gets better as she goes along. That she was fine in that first appearance, but she gets a lot funnier once they really play into the ridiculousness of that character.
They let her sink her teeth into it a bit.
Yeah, they really did. They were like, "Go ahead and chew the scenery. It's fine."
Yeah.
And she really embraced it.
Yeah.
This guy loves lamp.
Yes.
Well, he's like Aaron, admiring the lamps.
Data can't stop looking at himself in the mirror. Like because what he's done is he's absorbed all of the stories that this is based on.
Mhm.
This fictional detective. He's read them all. So now he's behaving the way one of the characters in the story would behave because he knows
Yeah.
exactly what to do. Look at them. They love each other so much.
I love it.
It's like when you meet somebody you've known for a long time, but you meet them at a LARP and you're like, wow, you really look different. And they're like, you look pretty different too. And
Yeah.
you fall.
Fall in love. Has anybody fallen
That's
in
how
love?
me and Philippe fell in love.
Yeah.
At a LARP.
Yeah. We were at a high school LARP and we're just like,
Oh yeah, that Dawson's Creek.
yeah.
part.
I do have a ex coworker who she normally looks a certain way at work, but my boss had a wedding and she just came so dolled up and she looked spectacular. I literally thought she was someone else when I first saw her. I was like, oh hey, it's good to meet you. My name is Min, and then I was like, oh my god, you're a coworker. Yeah. So there are some people who really can, sort of Wonder Woman it up.
Mhm.
Nice.
Do you like this coworker? Or you like,
Yeah. She's very very nice woman. She
No, I
is
mean,
married.
like.
Oh well, she's married.
Oh, she's
but-
married. Okay,
yeah.
you didn't tell me
Mhm.
that part.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I like how much how delighted they are. They're getting like stuck up. They're like, this is amazing.
Like, so on the-
Oh, they don't know that.
Yeah, it's like they don't know there's a problem.
Danger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like, it's like going to an escape room. You're
Yeah.
just like, oh, this is
It's the
This is
murder
hilarious.
mystery theater. You'd like, oh,
But
people are
there's
coming.
an actual murder in there. Hmm.
That's got to be a pretty common
And
trope,
remember
right?
when we went? Remember when we went to see the Willows at that mansion?
Oh no, I didn't go with you guys. You went
didn't
with
go with
Matt
us?
and Nate, and I think Art went as well, but no, I didn't go.
And Anna.
Mhm. Yeah, I didn't go.
Oh.
It was really good though. You guys.
That was like
guys-
a really amazing
Mhm.
LARP because they had rented that mansion and like decked it all out, so it looked really cool. It was cool.
I like to think that we're in a coronavirus LARP right now. It helps me. And we're all part of a team of podcasters. And our story objectives are to maintain the status quo
This guy's totally dead.
and make sure nothing happens.
This is where they realize that something has gone wrong.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
bullets shouldn't hurt you in the holodeck,
Hmm.
but this guy's gotten shot
Dead.
for
It's a really good thing that they brought it.
And now you know why they brought this guy.
Yeah, you're like,
They
this
needed to
guy
shoot.
you've never seen before.
A
and
character
they're
who we
like,
have never
"Great."
seen before and will never see again.
Yeah.
This guy.
I like.
Oh
He's got
damn!
like a red shirt.
Yeah, Picard.
It's
Yeah,
literally
did you
a
see
red
that?
shirt who's just not wearing a
He
red
is.
shirt.
Wow.
His
Picard
name might
just-
as well be Mr. Red Shirt for all
It's
of
too
the
bad
stuff.
she can't do doctoring without her fancy tools and her space mumbo jumbo. Bones would have been able to like suck at
You
out
just
of
pour mint julep on it and
Yeah.
Exactly.
tell them to
I
get back
mean,
out there.
we
soldier.
established long ago that Dr. McCoy was not a good doctor. So
Yeah.
I don't think
know.
Dr. McCoy.
I feel like this is the situation he would be good in.
this is
he'd
the
be
one
like-
time he would be like, I know
Yeah.
exactly what to do.
Yeah.
He
'Cause
would
there would
have
be
like
so
he would
much
have a
scotch.
scotch and he would
Yeah.
pour it on himself.
Spent a lot
and
of
spit
time.
it on the wound.
In gangster packs and stuff
Mhm.
like that.
He's been waiting a long time for this one situation to come up.
Gangsters have that surly, sarcastic humor, which Bones does as well.
Yeah.
It's weird to see Worf in that chair.
Yeah.
Like navigating.
Like you don't like him in the front for some reason. Is that what
It's
you're?
just- yeah, he's normally a man in the rear. In
Ugh.
I'm-
Turn around, Mark.
No.
Better
I had that on my list. Man in the rear.
Bingo.
you have to prove it. You guys aren't sending your lists out.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to send the
Yeah.
email. I have a post-it to remind me, and the post-it
it's okay.
is not
We're in the
doing
middle
its
of a
job.
quarantine.
All right. Well, I'll collect them. I should be the arbiter of fair judge.
Yes.
Yes.
You're like the Diebold of Warped.
I feel like Data would know that this was a thing, but that's so cute that he doesn't.
Oh, I
Wouldn't
missed this
understand
moment.
how a lamp works.
And now he's like he doesn't understand. He doesn't like I don't know. It's an interesting.
Why
Yeah.
would he know that though? Like, there's no reason he would know that. When you
He would
really
just
think,
be like, I know that this is an electromagnetic mechanism that is using current, and I don't know. I just feel like he would just know how basic
Mhm.
lights work.
It's his second Chinese finger trap. Let's call it.
Yeah. But I feel like he's like doing like such a vaudeville the way he reacts to it. It's like Danny Kaye would react to like a whole setup of like
Well, he
lights
also
for him.
dives into his Shakespeare or Sherlock role like that as well. He just goes whole hog in. So I think he's just really into the mob sort of mindset right now. A little dumb.
I also think that Brent Spiner is still like figuring out the how
Yeah.
to play Data, because he's still a little like he hasn't quite like locked it in yet. Like kind of like Leonard Nimoy in the very early episodes of Star Trek, where he
Yeah.
hasn't quite got a handle on Spock yet, so he's not quite sure how to modulate it. But Brent Spiner is still figuring it out. So he's doing sometimes he comes across as a little broad, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, Data wouldn't really be like that. He's still working it out. He'll get
Yeah.
there.
By the way, I think Brett Spider is amazing. I think I love Data.
Mhm.
I love Data.
What's your take on him right now, Aaron? How do you feel about Data?
I'm ready to love, but
You haven't fallen head over heels.
Yeah,
you've
Rocky
been-
Start.
You've been reluctant to embrace Data so far in this
everyone's,
process.
like projecting into the future. They're like,
If he
We're
wore a
gonna
possum
fix it.
outfit, it
I'm
would be.
taking at face value. He's okay. He's just okay.
You have to.
That was some real fake TV blood that Jean-Luc had on his lip just now. They were like, we need ketchup. Just put some ketchup on there.
Ooh, what if Data wore a cat outfit or something like that? Like he was in a bear suit. Aaron?
Don't
Would
try
that
and
help?
push it, man. It never works when you push it. People have to come to these things in their own time, you know? Haven't you ever you push too hard, man. This is why people
yeah. You gotta let people just kind of like saddle up themselves and make it feel like
Yeah.
they discovered that The Wire was good. Like they have to like.
Yeah.
They have to-
Sorry, I'm
you
just-
can't, you know. You can't force it. You can't
Matt
force it.
Imagining
Matt
Data
did
in
not
a
ask you
cat
for your
suit
opinion.
now.
You have no. I welcome your opinion, and I feel bad that I said that the other day, but at the time I meant it.
I saw Brent Spiner in an old clip recently. He was in a production of Sunday in the Park with George.
He is in the original Broadway
production. Yeah,
production.
we probably talked about it.
OBC, yo.
I have that video. I have they filmed it for Great Performances.
Yeah.
PBS. I have that DVD. It's amazing.
What year was that?
86, right before this, actually. 80. So
I'm totally blanking on.
Was it hard to watch it and think of him as Data, or could you sort of separate?
I did not watch Sunday in the
Mandy Patinkin.
They painted him up that gray-green color, so
Shut up.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem.
For the Sunday at the Park with George.
yeah.
I watched Sunday in the Park years after I had seen, Star. So to me, it was more like, hey, there's Mr. Data, like in a Broadway show. I knew he was in it. I just, to me, he was Mr. Data because that's who he was when I was a kid, It's an amazing DVD. It's a great production. You guys should watch it if you ever get a
Sounds
chance.
like something for recommendations.
I recommend the filmed production of Sunday in the Park with George.
Awesome.
Bernadette Peters.
Bernadette Peters is.
That's my recommendation. Just Bernadette Peters.
Just as a
Yeah.
general.
General.
Good
recommendation.
one.
Yeah. that's a
She's
good-
actually coming up on the Extraordinary Playlist
Yeah.
show.
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
What's the extraordinary playlist?
Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. The musical TV show.
Oh.
The greatest show on earth.
This
The
is
one that
off topic.
Sean has talked about for the last 3
You've
episodes
mentioned
in a
it
row.
before. Mhm.
This is a little off topic, but May, you and Jake may be interested in this. You guys know about this Sondheim 90th birthday
Oh yes.
stream that they're
Meryl
doing?
Streep is going to be there, y'all.
Oh my god, if you guys could see May just like leaning in all of a sudden. She's like,
She's like, now there's something that's
she's
interesting.
like, bring?
She's invested.
Uh-oh.
Hey, it looks fantastic.
Yeah. I mean,
So, I don't know if I guess we have time. Do you guys want to do a quick corrections corner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank God,
Correct the
yes.
heck out of us.
Jacob, play the jingle. These are corrections for episode 90, The Infinite Vulcan and Magics of Magus 2,
Ooh.
and also episode 91, Once Upon a Planet and Mud's Passion.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
have enough corrections for 2 separates, so I just lumped them all into one.
We're getting too good. Too good.
Well, and also we were watching the cartoon and we were not in a great place while we were watching the cartoon.
Was it a better place than now?
I mean, yes, infinitely better than now. Yes.
There's always a
But
silver
relative to other periods, it was, we were sort of realizing the initial high of the animated series had worn off. And now we were sort of realizing that we were in for quite a bit more of it. And
Yeah,
so,
Magics of Megas 2, we were seeing pilgrim wizards and like satyrs, and we're like, okay, this isn't what we thought it
Oh,
would be.
it's like their D&D episode.
Yeah, but not even that good.
We talked about whether there was Chekhov McCoy / fiction
Oh my god.
because
Hi.
we thought that seemed like a pretty unlikely pairing of all the pairs you could come up with on that show. Chekhov and McCoy has got to be pretty far down on the list, I would think. But so I looked online.
You are a brave soul, Matt.
They're on archiveofourown.org, which is the big fanfic site on the internet. There are 563 listings for Chekhov and McCoy, which sounds like a lot,
It
but
does.
it's not nearly as much as some of the other combinations.
Yeah.
A lot of them are in Russian, which I think is really funny. Like,
I guess they really like Chekhov with anybody.
Russian Star
Anyone,
Trek
yeah.
fans are going to be like, Chekhov's my guy. Like that's who I'm gonna write my fanfic about.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great.
Never even thought about that market.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
you
the
read
only
some of
reason
them?
I know is the only reason I know it exists is because they're in Cyrillic, and I'm like, I don't even know what this fanfic is about. I can't read it.
Well, Google
Um,
Translate does have that function where it could translate. to
I
English.
didn't want to do that deep a dive into it, man, if I'm being totally honest.
Got
I found the best one that I found is called Peel Me a Grape, and it is a multi-fandom story. Do you guys know what multi-fandom stories are? You can probably guess the title.
Crossovers?
That's
Like
like
Crossover stuff.
Yeah. So it's, Star Wars meets Star Trek
Mhm,
or whatever.
mhm.
Fandoms
Sure.
collide. This particular one, though,
It's like the
has-
Alf Star Trek book we talked about before.
yeah. This has the most bizarre fandom combination I've ever. I don't understand it at all. Here are the duos: Chekhov McCoy, Steve McGarrett, and Dano from Hawaii Five-0, Matt Farrell and John McClane from Die Hard, Anthony DiNozzo and Jethro Gibbs from NCIS, and Clint Barton and Phil Coulson from the Avengers. Those are that's the fandom crossover that this person wrote.
That is just
very
sloppy.
Makes total sense.
Coulson.
I don't know.
Hawkeye.
Okay, Clint Barton. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Okay, you guys are not nearly as stunned by this. as
I'm stunned.
I'm
It's a lot to
like a
take
sloppy
in.
potluck. I can't
Yeah,
wrap my
I-
brain around it.
I was like, how do you come up with Star Trek, NCIS, and Hawaii Five-0?
yeah,
yeah.
it's
Forget about
all
the
over
other two.
place.
Like, what kind of story is that? Oh, and then the Avengers, and it was a lot,
Yeah.
you guys.
Mm.
That was
Yeah.
my favorite one.
There goes old Cyrus Redblock.
Mm. Couldn't exist outside the holodeck.
We
Oh.
talked about. Go ahead, Sean.
So just real quick, that actor Lawrence Tierney who played the bad guy, he's pretty famous. He plays Joe in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs. Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
he is a legendary nutball, by the way.
Yeah,
like
apparently
the
he told
stories about
on the set.
Stories about
On the
Lawrence
set.
Tierney are legendary. Like he was an alcoholic and a brawler, and just loved
walked-
to cause problems.
Is that
You
the guy
walked
on the
up to
ground
Will
or the guy
Wheaton.
standing?
No, the one who disappeared.
The old man who vanished.
Okay. Red
the
block.
Bald.
Yeah.
Mhm, Red
Yes.
Block.
All right. What do you say, Sean?
He was sitting next to Wesley, or Will Wheaton was sitting on like a chair. They were like steps of one of the buildings they were filming in front of. And he walked up to him and said, "Hey, do you play football?" And Will Wheaton said, "No." And he goes, "Why not? Are you some sissy faggot?" And then Will Wheaton said, "Well, I'm really not big enough to play football." And he said, "Well, maybe if you played football, you'd be bigger."
Wow.
That's a nice little
That'll
Well,
give you an
that's-
idea about
That's a fun
Lawrence
story,
Tierney.
Sean.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Fun story.
Will Wheaton having a great time on the set of Star Trek, as
Mm.
usual.
We
I
talked
was just
about
saying-
when you get a blowjob with rocks in it, and was that called a crackle?
yeah.
Um,
Is it?
No, it's not. And I said that in the episode, but we did talk about making a T-shirt that said "Release the Crackle." So I think that now we have our T-shirt site up and running. We need a T-shirt that says "Release the Crackle" to go along with Down to Pond Farm.
Yeah.
Is there an actual term for that?
No, and it seems like it was mostly apocryphal. Like it was not actually a real thing that people did.
something people
And then
have
Aaron
actually-
and Philippe, this is why it's a correction corner. Aaron and Philippe said, "We'll try it out and get back to you." But you never did. So the correction is,
try it out and get back to
back
it.
us. Yeah, like
yeah.
We still have time.
Nothing better to do.
yeah.
We still have 20 plus years of
the
work.
reason you guys volunteered, by the way, is because you had like pop rocks in your house. You were
there
like,
was a brief time I remember where we had some pop rocks
Oh,
because the
yeah.
kids. I don't usually let them in the house
No.
because I have a total hatred of them, but
He doesn't like the sound, so when the kids get them, they put them in their mouth and activate them, and then come.
oh, I hate that sound.
They come and like it.
They know I hate it, and
Scratch
so
that.
yeah,
It's because of that weird sound thing that we learned about.
that's a weird sound thing, and the thing
Like
Mesothelioma.
Meso.
it's
I
like
heard
that.
about that on those late night.
Yeah, that's what it's talking
Like
about.
the opposite of ASMR. Like it makes you crazy instead
Oh
of
yeah,
soothing. Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's.
I also think it's related to your fear of small holes.
yeah, it probably
Because
is. 'Cause that's
Pop
the sound
Pop
of small
rocks are
holes
kind
would
of
make.
like the sound of small holes exploding, right?
That is.
Yeah, that's
Small
the sound.
holes.
You're exactly right. That's the sound small holes would make.
Yeah. Does the sound of fizzing water bother you? Like soda?
There's something extra. There's something like the sort of breakup. The crackle in that is just fizzy water is very like fast. It's almost a continuous sound, whereas the crackle it's broken up. It's more, segmented and I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's also a very wet sound.
This is Achilles' heel, and the kids.
You don't like wet sounds?
No, just certain wet sounds, like a crackly. I don't know that the wetness is not a good attribute for that sound for me.
Oh,
For that particular sound, but wetness in general is fine. I'm just saying.
good to know.
Yeah.
Good thing I don't have small holes or wetness.
Okay.
I kept myself out of that territory.
You held your tongue admirably, man. Usually you would have been all in there, and I
yeah.
Very
really
fragile
appreciate
right
the
now.
restraint
Yeah.
Yeah.
this evening.
You'll
You've
bounce
been like,
back in.
I'm sure your holes are average.
Well, that would have been
well
a good
within
one.
the normal limits.
Damn it. Yeah, I didn't have it in me.
Yeah. He'd start asking about wetness and lube.
What is the wettest thing?
He'd be like, now wait a minute, Aaron. Are you trying to imply that your holes are perhaps larger than normal, or am I misunderstanding
Or
that?
just
or-
drier. Or just
Dusty Dogs.
Why are you guys giving all these great lines away?
They are
For
great
your
lines.
bingo cards.
Yeah.
I know
you guys have really taken up my standard well. You guys are like, this is what men could have said.
Yeah.
Here's some things you might have said.
Backman.
yeah.
It's like the multiple endings of Clue. Here's some things you might have said.
Yeah.
Here's what I actually said.
I'm glad I.
The episode ended, you guys, and
Yep.
it ended pretty well. Like I thought it was funny that he says "step on it" instead of "engage" at the end. Like
Yeah.
this is a fun episode, and under probably one of the first good ones of this first season, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks like they had fun making it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. They come back to that world a few more times over the
Oh, do
course
they?
of it.
Wow.
Because it gives them a chance to play dress up. I mean, why
Yep.
wouldn't
Is Red Block done for? Is he killed when they come back, or does he also come back?
No, I don't think he's.
No,
Well,
I
I
don't
think
think
Lawrence
so.
Gibney died in real life pretty shortly after this. But
Hmm.
I have a few more corrections. Should we just go through them real
Yeah.
quick?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We talked about satyrs in one of those episodes. There's a goat-legged man.
Yep.
And
Is
you
that-
guys described him as a satyr. Somebody said that satyrs somebody said that Mr. Tumnus from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is a satyr. I'd have been me. Mr. Tumnus is a faun, and fawns and satyrs are not the same thing. It turns out they both have goat, bottom halves, but
So they can do
satyrs
it.
Yeah.
are like drunken and sexual and sort of mean, and fawns are like nice and helpful.
Innocent.
Fawns are the polite, friendly version of satyrs. So Mr. Tumnus
Danny
is not.
DeVito was a satyr in Hercules.
Yeah, that's
And
absolutely right.
Hercules.
I thought you were going to say, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
In real life.
And
I
that-
didn't realize.
that too.
Taxi.
He's definitely a satyr, and
He was really good in Jumanji. That was fun.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the Jumanji.
That's worth seeing. It's good.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's really good.
Those movies don't appeal to me for some reason. Somebody I don't like is in.
Movies.
Who is it, Sean? That I don't like is in those movies.
Jack Black.
That's it.
Oh, I don't like Jack Black.
He doesn't like fat guy comedy.
I don't like
Oh.
fat guy comedy.
Really, John Candy? What about
I have a
Belushi, man.
what I call fat guy comedy is a very specific form of comedy.
The Chris Farley.
The Chris Farley Fat Man Fall Down.
Austin Powers?
Well, no, because that character is so ridiculous. That
Yeah.
it's actually funny.
You're talking
I'm talking more about like
bastard.
just where the only joke is that they're fat and they fall over, which
And they're fat people doing stuff and clumsily or something.
yeah, Farley, Belushi sort of invented it, and then Farley was his protege, and then it continues down into the sort of Jack Black and Zach Galifianakises and Seth Rogen
Gad.
of the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
You really gotta. So you don't enjoy any of those, huh?
I mean, I enjoy certain performances from some of those people. Like
Yeah.
Jack Black is really good in School of Rock because that's
Yeah.
sort of
Well, I think you'd probably enjoy it because he's capable and he delivering a much more sensitive performance, and he has moments like that in these movies. But
sure. And Josh
Yeah.
Gad is in Book of Mormon, which is great, but is also
So, what if they all dropped a few pounds and it's just skinny people? With that?
It's more like Jackie Chan.
it's less the weight and more the style of comedy that the weight encourages. You know,
yeah,
Mhm.
people cast around the roles around that type.
John Goodman has never done a gag like that, you know, ever. And John Goodman is amazing. So
I thought you were gonna say.
there are ways to be
And fat.
my point is that there are ways to be funny and a good actor without having to do that kind of shtick. And
All right.
yeah, that's my
Yeah,
point.
no, it's valid.
How did we get on that? We were talking about fawns.
Directions.
Danny
Danny
DeVito
DeVito.
playing a fawn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
satyr.
played a satyr.
Got it.
But anyway, Danny DeVito's amazing. He doesn't do that dumbass kind of joke. We talked about the Power of Voodoo song from Labyrinth. Power of Voodoo. Who do? You do.
Yeah.
You do what? Look like the man and power.
Magic Dance.
So does wait, what did you just say, Sean?
Magic Dance.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question, was whether anybody remembered the name of the song. It's called Magic Dance. Did you know that
Now I
that little rhyme is not from that song?
Yes. I don't
Do you know
it's
where
from.
it is from?
No, I don't know where it's from. No.
It's from a 1947 Cary Grant movie called The Bachelor and the Bobby Soxer.
I've seen that.
yeah, I've seen that too. But
Cary Grant and a teenage Shirley Temple.
It's on a
She has
16-year-old girl.
Yeah, she has a crush on him. Shirley Temple has a crush on Cary Grant in the movie.
yeah, she comes around to his house all the time. And I don't
Oh,
know.
I always thought that song was called Dance Magic Dance.
Wikipedia
It's just
says
Magic
it's called
Dance.
Magic.
Because that's what they're always saying.
Oh yeah, it's Dance Magic. That would show up on my nerd rock playlist on Pandora every once in a while.
Nice.
So that's where that came from. The voodoo, Power of Voodoo thing is from The Bachelor and the Bobby Soxer.
All right.
I'm now going to bring up the film Corky Romano.
All right. I'm listening.
You finally have her attention.
I want this to be the last time I ever say the words Corky Romano.
It
It's
won't
during
be.
conversation. I'm afraid it won't be.
It won't be.
It never is when you say it like that.
We were talking for some reason about the movies of 1999, and Aaron kept bringing up Corky Romano. Corky Romano is not a 1999 movie. Corky Romano came out on October 12th, 2001.
Okay.
So, 4 weeks after September 11th?
Whew.
Weird, hard time to release a comedy, you know?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Oh no!
Although it ended up doing pretty well.
People needed it at that time.
Yeah, they rushed it because people needed it. They were like, they need this movie to
On
save
the
it.
of
lives.
October 12th, 2001. Let's play the box office game real quick. You ready, Sean?
October 12th, 2001. Okay.
2001. I will tell you that Corky Romano came in number 4 that week.
And that was
So
its
there
first week.
That was its first week. There were
Okay.
3 other movies above it.
Okay.
And
Give me a hint.
the first one is in its second week, and is a big hit that will win its star an Oscar. Big, huge male movie star. He'll win an Oscar for this movie. It is a sort of gritty crime cop movie.
LA
Seven.
Confidential.
What?
LA Confidential.
No, that was in the 90s. I'm pretty sure.
Is it really long?
7.
No.
Hmm.
So it's not the Green Mile.
You
That
could
was
make
some
an
fun.
argument that this movie, he's remade this movie in various forms over the last almost 20 years now. This movie sort of defined him as a gritty crime guy, and he's made a lot of gritty crime guy movies in the years since then.
Oof.
And he won the Academy Award?
He won the Academy Award for Best Actor for this movie.
Wow. I feel like I'm gonna feel really stupid because I cannot.
I got nothing.
He's a dirty cop paired with another younger, more
Training
innocent-
Day.
Training Day is the
Denzel.
Denzel.
Denzel has made a lot of badass crime movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a great movie, Training Day. You should see it, Aaron. Maybe not now, but
No, we're
Aaron
putting it
Lee.
on.
Go watch it.
yeah, right now.
So yeah, Training Day, huge hit. Denzel wins an Oscar, and that was the number 1 movie that year. That week.
All right.
Number 2,
Two.
I've never seen it. It's Billy Bob Thornton and Bruce Willis in a sort of
Matchstick Men?
No,
No, that's not it.
I think it must be some sort of crime comedy
Yeah.
based on the title.
Yes. Shit. What's that movie called?
Crime comedy.
Kate Blanchett is the girl in it, which is also kind of weird.
I saw this movie.
It's called Bandits.
Yeah, I saw this movie in the theater.
Was it good?
I was still in college after 9/11 happened. I remember going to see it at the movie theater.
You saw that movie and you saw Corky Romano?
Yeah.
You were busy that week because they both came out the same
So I'm
week.
confused about the timing because I feel like I saw it, but it must have been some other dumb. I mean, I've seen Corky Romano. I saw Zoolander around that time. When
That
did
Zoolander is number 8 on the
Okay.
list. So
Oh,
you really
nice.
did see it
So-
right around that time.
Nice.
You saw it right around that time.
Yeah, I saw both of those movies. We were just looking for something to do, you know.
That's how.
Number 3 is a John Cusack romantic dramedy. I don't know. I've never seen it.
Serendipity.
Dogs one?
Serendipity is right. Which
Yeah.
coincidentally, Kate Beckinsale, is the
Beckinsale.
girl.
Yep.
We were just talking about Kate Beckinsale.
It all comes back together.
We
Okay,
bring it around, man.
And then number 4 is Corky Romano.
What was
Uh,
5?
5 was something called Don't Say a Word. Oh, Don't Say a Word is Michael Douglas and Brittany Murphy. It's some kind of weird like
Yes.
thriller.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Kind of a rough week at the movies. Like not a lot of great choices.
Well,
there.
October,
If you've already-
which
if
is
you've already seen
October
Training
tough,
Day-
you know.
If you've already seen Training Day, there's slim pickings as far as what else you can
Erin
see.
disagrees. She says you've got a tableau of genius right there at your fingertips called Corky Romano.
Tableau,
I-
tableau of genius.
I was
how the French say it.
confused about I thought Corky Romano was Deuce Bigelow. I had those two movies mixed up in my mind.
Yeah.
So I thought Corky Romano was the one where he's a male prostitute, but that's not what Romano is.
So if you don't know
who's
Erin,
seen Corky Romano in this group? I know Aaron.
yeah,
That
I
might
don't
be
remember.
it.
No.
it's also the only
Anybody?
voice
Seen
she
Deuce Bigelow.
does. It's the only voice she does. She does one voice. You know, a lot of people they might have bits that they've developed over their lives of voice. a Roddenberry.
The world.
But there's only one. She doesn't do any voices ever when she does characters or jokes. It's always like her flat, Kids in the Hall style comedy. But the one thing she does a voice for.
Would you guys like some cookies?
It's her bit. There you go.
Watch it.
And if any of us had seen Corky Romano, that
It
probably
might have
would've
hit.
Yeah. For few people out there, based on the numbers, probably 1/8 of a person like that was the best joke ever.
So anyway, Corky Romano is not Deuce Bigelow. And in his
I'll say.
this is from Wikipedia. In his 2019 autobiography, which I really think we should make Aaron read, Baby Don't Hurt Me, Chris Kattan claimed that Paul Thomas Anderson, director of Boogie Nights and Magnolia, worked on the script for Corky Romano.
Sweet.
Awesome.
It's all right. It's a hidden gem. We're not over with Corky Romano.
Yeah, that's my fear.
I'm looking up the photos for it right now, and it's exactly that guy from SNL who does the club sketch, right? That
Yes.
And Night at the Roxbury.
They made a
yeah,
movie
Night
out
at the
of that.
Roxbury. Oh my God! What did you
Well,
like about this, Aaron?
What?
What did you like about this? It looks horrible.
That is a fair question. Like, tell me why you like Corky Romano.
Yeah.
She can't stop laughing right now, so I don't know if she's gonna be able to answer. She's got one of those like don't laugh in church kind of laughs going.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was good.
It is a very fair question.
Is she into his other celebrated character, Mango?
Oh yeah.
She loves the whole of the man's work. I don't know how to pronounce it. The oeuvre.
I don't know how I missed 2019 memoirs. I have to look that up.
Yeah, I really want you to read that book now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I tried to watch Corky Romano with Erin because she was so into it, and I was like, "All right, let's watch it." And we were like watching it on cable, but then she was like, "Oh, you can switch the channel."
I don't know what to talk.
Would it be weird if this show turned into a Chris Kattan podcast?
Retrospective.
God.
Chris Kattan says it's totally normal.
Well, after we watch Cruel Intentions, you know what we're watching next.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna write a Chris Kattan, Tom Hanks slash fic crossover fic.
Yeah.
That would be, yes, I would like to read that.
All right, I'm on it.
We were talking
Tom
about
Hanks.
the highest grossing movies of 1999, and Sean mentioned American Pie, and I didn't know where that was on the list because I only had the top 10 in front of me, so I said I would correction corner it. American Pie was number 20 for 1999. Made $100 million here, but it made 130. It made 130 overseas, so it made a ton of money.
Yeah.
And that's why
Which is
they
why they
made like
made
8 of
6
them.
more. Yeah, exactly. Eugene Levy has been in every single one of those movies.
Yeah,
Cash in.
exactly.
Wait, what movie was it?
American Pie.
American Pie.
Oh,
American
okay.
Pie.
Okay.
We were talking about Dr. Seuss stories, and you mentioned the story of a grandfather telling his grandson about 2 wolves fighting inside of you.
That's not.
I had
Dr.
never-
Seuss, though.
I know, but you mentioned it in the context of us talking about Dr. Seuss parables, like stories for children. And you had brought that story. I didn't know that story. A couple of people were like, "Oh yeah, I've heard that one." I had never heard that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you
So
look
I
it
didn't
up?
know if it was like a book or like I didn't know what it was. So it's just a legend of unknown origin, sometimes attributed to the Cherokee. And it's a story about the grandfather says to his grandson, "There are 2 wolves and you're always fighting. One is darkness and despair. The other is light and hope. Which wolf wins?" And the answer is whichever one you feed.
You feed. Yeah.
That's the story of the 2 wolves metaphor.
Now it makes me
I
think
had
about
never
that.
heard that before.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's a very sweet tale. But now it makes me think of the Simpsons episode where Homer gets fucked up on peyote or something, and he follows that coyote or something to.
Yeah. You know who does the voice
It's
of
not
the coyote
peyote.
in the episode?
No, who?
It's Johnny Cash, right? Isn't it Johnny Cash?
That's correct. Yep.
Oh.
And he doesn't go on the trip because of peyote. He goes on it because of a super hot pepper.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
So that's the parable of the two wolves.
cool.
Did everybody else already know that? Was I the only one person who had never heard that story before?
I
heard of it,
know
but-
I've heard versions of it, or I've heard that the whole idea about whichever one you feed. People
Yeah.
talk about that.
Aaron's just gonna feed all the wolves.
Yeah.
Aaron's answer would be just feed all
all of them. You know?
until they move in.
Yeah.
Because hey, more wolves.
Got to get rid of the possums somehow.
Somebody's got to eat those possums.
Yeah. My master plan.
Food web, bitches.
We talked about going to see the Cats movie. The Cats movie had just come out, or was
Yeah.
We
Now-
should.
That's another movie we should watch.
it?
Nope.
Did
not
anybody
yet.
watch it?
We bailed on that hard.
Started it.
Uh-huh.
No, we just saw that it was rentable and we're like, nah.
You want the butthole cut, is why.
So
But
none
at
of-
some point, we'll probably get around to it.
I keep thinking I want to watch it, but I also kind of think it's one of those movies that you really want to watch with a group of people,
That's
so that
what
you
we
can
should
all sort of like
Yeah.
watch it together and laugh at it.
Should we
And
watch that?
I'm not
guys?
sure it would have the same effect, almost like watching Rocky Horror alone at home, which is how I first saw it. Like the movie doesn't work unless there's a big crowd of people, and I think Cats might be one of those movies.
I feel
So,
like the
so
thing-
we'll have to watch it when we can all get back together again.
Yeah, but we would that would be a movie that you would have to listen to really enjoy.
Yeah,
and
no,
be able
we don't
to-
necessarily have to do it as an episode. We could just
Yeah.
hang out.
No,
together
I mean,
and
I'm
watch
more
it.
thinking we just get together and watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like it would be a train wreck. for
More
sure.
like movie night than
Yeah.
podcast.
Hmm.
All right, we'll reserve it on Blu-ray special edition.
Ultra high def.
Commentary tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about Teen Wolf and Teen
Oh.
Wolf 2.
2 TO.
Jason Bateman is in Teen Wolf 2. Is Jason
Yeah.
Bateman playing the same character in Teen Wolf 2 as Michael J. Fox
No.
is playing Wolf 1?
No, it's his cousin.
Yes, that's right. That wasn't a correction. That was just a quiz
I like
question.
this.
I just wanted to know if anybody would know that. Yep.
Sean.
Sean would know that.
Yeah. Gee.
I've seen that movie a lot of times, and I don't think I could have told you that. I was like,
I've never seen the sequel. I've never seen it. I just knew that.
God
You just
damn,
knew it was his
You're
cousin.
mine, Sean.
Yep.
He's her thing.
A second sequel starring Alyssa Milano was planned, but for whatever
Nice.
reason they never made it. I would love to see a Alyssa Milano Teen Wolf 3. Like
Mhm.
I'm disappointed they never did
Yes.
that.
They should still make it.
Yeah.
Really? With modern day Alyssa Milano?
Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
teen.
Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
Still playing a high
She's got the
schooler.
range. She can do it. She can play.
That's the end of correction.
Angela.
Sweet.
It would be like Wolf versus Cougar, something like Aliens versus Predator.
What's that?
And like Alyssa Milano, it'd be Teen Wolf versus Cougar, like
Oh, yeah.
Aliens Predator.
I like that one.
Well, we made it, guys.
Oh yeah, the episode's over. Great episode, guys.
Was that the end of Corrections Corner, Matt?
It was.
Yep. Call it out, baby.
Does anybody have any recommendations or anything else they want to talk about? We've already gone about 15 minutes over the end of the episode.
We're done.
Working me.
I'm reading the Iliad, but we can talk about that some other time.
Wow.
Way to drop the
Heavy.
intellectual bomb on us.
Yeah.
Right?
Last week
Damn.
it was video games, smoking weed and video games. So yeah.
It's still
You have some
smoking
swings.
weed and video games, but in between, I'm reading the Iliad.
Yeah.
It's you're a true Renaissance man.
I was feeling like my brain was turning to
Yeah.
garbage.
Mhm.
And I was like, what's a big like one of those big bucket list
Weighty.
books where you're like,
I should
when
read this.
am I ever gonna get around to reading this?
Yeah.
And I was like, I should try reading the Iliad.
Are
So,
you reading it online or like an actual printed book version?
no, it's on my Kindle on my pad.
You just rent it from the library.
Checked it out from the library. Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, a lot of the times the classics, like I know a lot of the classics are free on some of those, like if you have a Kindle and stuff like that.
Yeah. I Googled what's the best translation. I wanted to get like
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
translation.
Groove with
I
it.
found the one that people said this is a very good translation, and the library had it, so I checked it out.
Oh man.
Cool.
It's long.
You got
Yeah.
time. You ain't got nothing but time right now.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
pretty good though. I'm thinking about live tweeting it as I'm reading it because it's pretty wacky.
Yeah.
I'm only like 10 pages in, and already like a bunch of weird shit has happened.
It's got a lot of plot, man. Plot
Yeah, I've only read-
dense.
I don't know how I managed to get through UCLA's English department without ever having to read it.
That's
Maybe we were
crazy to-
supposed to, and I just didn't. That's
We read passages in high school or big segments of it.
I took a Greek history.
The Iliad?
Did you have to read it in college, man? Do you remember
Mhm,
reading it
for
in like
sure.
10A or whatever?
Yeah. All the classics, Iliad, Odyssey, Homer. Then we got into
I must
other.
have just not done it. I must have
Mhm.
just been like, nah.
I mean,
Wait,
'cause I don't-
congratulations! Though.
I don't
You're
know.
not doing it now when it matters.
Quite a journey.
Anybody else have anything for this week?
You'd mentioned last week that I wasn't tweeting, but yeah, that's correct. I'm not. I haven't been tweeting for a while, but just know that we are still putting out episodes for our Maynard, so that's still going out. But I'll start tweeting when it feels emotionally healthy for me again.
I'll
Yes.
just throw out something really quick.
I wasn't trying to shame you by not
Mm.
Twitter. If I said you weren't
Yeah,
Twittering.
But you're right. I have been off Twitter for a bit.
Yeah, go ahead, Jake.
I like to watch skateboarding videos to relax
Really?
sometimes.
Tony Hawk.
Sure.
And there's a guy with his own YouTube channel. He's like a very famous professional skateboarder named Johnny Geiger.
Hmm.
And he just has a really good attitude, and like you can see creative and training process of like learning a new skateboarding trick, and it's kind of like you see all the hard work that goes into it, and kind of really appreciate the art of it. Anyway,
Did you used to skateboard? Do you skateboard?
No, I've worked on I've worked on skateboarding video games. That's my own. I just have always like been interested in the culture and the sport skateboarding.
There was a skateboarding video that was like that we used to watch when we were working late in the mines, like with that we'd be at, and it was super relaxing. It was like this skateboarder, and I can't remember his name. Is it Killian Martin or something like that?
Yeah, Killian Martin. Yeah.
Yeah. He has this one where he shot it out in an old abandoned. He got with some video guy, and they made this skateboarding video where he's out in like this old abandoned water park that's between LA and Vegas, and we would just watch it over and over to like zen out, because it's got this music, and it's just like him sort of like he has a very like sort of more playful like trick style, or it's not like big jumps, it's more like little tricks with the board and his feet, so it's like he's dancing on the board. We just would
It's a
watch
little
that
more
thing.
zen.
Yeah, it's very zen, and it literally, that video we watched hundreds of times, like just to get us through moments. So I just want to say, as skateboarding videos are very, very relaxing for me to watch often.
Interesting.
There are certain ones.
Yeah, that one was called Altered Route.
Yeah,
The
Altered
director
Route.
is Brett Novak.
He's
And
fantastic.
he does his skateboarding kind of in the vein of the sort of legendary skateboarder Rodney Mullen, who kind of is responsible for inventing like 3/4 of what is now known as skateboarding.
Yeah. So it's a Rodney Mullen style, and I don't pretend to know a lot, but I watched hundreds of videos that led me down like a whole track of videos that I would watch, and a lot of them were really just, there's something about the sound and the music and the simple, I don't know. It was very, very relaxing.
That reminds me of like watching Warren Miller videos where he would shoot like skiers or Yeah, I think he even got into surfers at some point. But yeah, I definitely remember him doing like ski videos, which were super relaxing. Also, you just see skiers like going through powder and taking jumps and whatnot. So very similar thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent recommendations all the way around. I guess I should stop. I guess I should wrap up the show now, right?
Yeah,
recommend
someone's wrapping it up.
If you can.
I can. I'm just not sure if I want to.
We could hang out. We're hanging out.
I
for
like
sure.
talking to you guys. I don't want the show to be over.
Well, we can keep it going offline.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll finish it up. Thank you all very much for listening to Warped. You can please go to iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts to rate, review, and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram at Warped the Podcast, on Twitter at Warped Trek. You can follow me at Host Warped. You can follow Min and learn about our Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu podcasts and live streams at Wet Maynard. You can go to patreon.com/warped and give us money and become a subscriber and get bonus content and additional materials. Or you can go to our new t-shirt site and get our t-shirt.
Lunar
It's-
Slayer.
Flare. And is it lunarflare.com, Jake? Is that what
It's
it
just
is?
it's a Instagram page.
Oh, it's an Instagram page.
Yep,
Okay,
Lunar
got
Flare.
it. Google it. I'm sure it will come up. Until next week, thank you very much for listening. My name is Matt.
I'm Sean.